heartfelt songs from parents celebrating how much it means to them to be there for their children. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Pat Montague Show. We have music, we have information, we have special guests. As a matter of fact, today I'm going to be sharing two previously recorded conversations because I thought the content of those conversations was kind of important and timely. So I actually did them on the other stations I'm on. So today we'll be sharing them on this station so you can hear the information as well. If you're on my social media, you may have heard them already. So you'll get a double dose. You get to enjoy it twice. I want to say hi to everybody checking in on my various platforms. That's it. TikTok is live. TikTok is happening. All of the people checking in on TikTok, respect to you. People like Marcia Ball is with us. Hey, my friend. Vincent Barnes, Dax Dunn, Minister Arlene, and so many, many more. A lot of people are off from work today because it's May 25th. But it's not that it's May 25th why they're off. It's because it's Memorial Day, honoring the men and women who have died while serving in the military. Communities, individuals, and organizations have kept Memorial Day in various forms in the United States since the end of the Civil War. General John Logan first called for a nationwide day of remembrance on May 5th, 1868. It was called Decoration Day and was observed on May 30th of that year. Every year in the United States, this holiday is a federal holiday, the last Monday in May. Traditionally, on Memorial Day, the flag of the United States of America is raised briskly to the top of the staff, then solemnly lowered to the half staff position where it remains until noon. At noon, it is then raised to full staff for the remainder of the day. Rituals and observances connected with today, Memorial Day. It's also Labor Day in Jamaica today. So happy Labor Day. I know a lot of people went out and did lots of projects. I know when I was a youngster, we used to go and whitewash places and sweep and clean and refresh everything. So I hope that's all that you've been doing if you're in Jamaica. Delia Rivera, welcome to the program today. Also, Jimmy is with us. Beham 4, Hope in the house too. And as we, pause to remember those that have fallen, let's also remember those who were born on today's date. People like Ralph W. Emerson, the philosopher, poet, and essayist. Tap dancer, the actor who was the highest paid black actor in the first half of the 20th century, Luther Bill Bojangles Robinson. Author Robert Ludlum was born on today's date too, and we say happy birthday going to legendary Jamaican athlete born 106 years ago today in Plowden in Manchester, Jamaica's first Olympic gold medalist who won 400-meter gold at the 1948 London Games and also a 800-meter silver. In 1952 in Helsinki, won the 4x4 gold and 800-meter silver. Arthur Wint saw active combat as an RAF pilot in World War II, worked as a medical doctor in rural Jamaica, and was Jamaica's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. Rest in peace, gentle giant Arthur Wint, born on today's date. We also say happy birthday going out to the one and only Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Fix-It, born on today's date as well. But before we get to Mr. Fix-It, how about if we play something from Dennis Walks, also born today? This rhythm is no stranger to us, right? It's the Drifter. Saluting the greats born today. That's Dennis Walks. And also born, like I mentioned today, the one and only Mr. Winston Francis. Here he is with Mr. Fix It, his big tune. Yeah, here we go. Saying hi to Stephen, checking in, Heather Brown, Marvelyn Crawford. It's the Pat Montague Show. Celebrating Mr. Winston Francis today on his birthday, done it, Philip. Eddie Ben, welcome back, my friend. Ashley Woods, you too. We're celebrating Mike Myers today, the actor, famous from the Austin Powers movies in particular, and Hesh, the actress, also born today, and from The Help and Hidden Figures, Octavia Spencer, born today, saying happy birthday to Super Blue, the soca artist, and wishing a happy, happy heavenly birthday going out to Jamaica's one and only Lincoln granulated sugar miner. That's how we say it in Jamaica. You know? We don't say granulated. Granulated sugar miner born on today's date. Here is one of his classic hits. Noah Garcia, D3P. Welcome to our show today. As we say hi to Violet Johnson. Goldfish, respect to you. Makufi, Makafui. Andrea is in the house. Mr. Mike 1004. Miss Allen. It's so wonderful that you all are checking in with us. Celebrating Sugar Minot, and all roads lead to Plantation Cove in Jamaica on the 18th of July. A taste of reggae Sumfest will be coming up, and it's a night called Gaza versus Gully, but they're saying it's not a clash, it's just a celebration of the music. Vibes Cartel leading the Gaza crew, the Gully crew being led by the one and only Mavado. Lead Queen Ifrica will be on the show as a matter of fact, that's one of the conversations that I'll be sharing with you today here on the program that I had with her last week. And I thought that, you guys didn't hear it here on Reggae Global Radio on the Pat Montague show. So we're going to share it with you um, right after we come back from this break. It's the Pat Montague show. Music, information, and so much more of what you listen to radio for.
Curated by Vice Mayor Marlon Bolton and proudly presented by the City of Tamarac on Saturday, June 6th at the Tamarac Sports Complex, featuring Ray and Icon,
Yes, Massive and Cruz, I, Butcher Banton, alongside the Vice Mayor Marlon Bolton, inviting one and all to the annual Yard on the Lawn Festival.
Also performing international sensations, Ariel Johnson, DJ Dre from Nocturnal Sound, and hosted by the one and only Miss Kitty. Doors open at 4 p.m. Showtime starts at 6 p.m. sharp. Tickets available exclusively at Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant locations. Visit tamarac.gov/yard on the law or call 954-597-3696.
Saturday 26th, come on out, one and all.
Alrighty then. And that's going to be a crazy weekend here in South Florida. Taurus Riley in the city of Lauderdale Lakes for the Unity Fest. And the day after that, Budge Banton in the city of Tamarac. And we're going to hear from Tamarac Commissioner Marlon Bolton more about the details connected with the Bujo experience. But I had such a fabulous conversation with Queen Ifrica last week on one of the other radio stations that I'm on that I thought that why don't I share it here today so you can hear what she has to say about her career, her music, where her headspace is right now, and so much. So, and if you see, by the way, if you're on my social media, this conversation is 20 minutes long. It's recorded. If you see me go off camera, I can't just stand up here for 20 minutes looking pretty. All right. So just listen to this great conversation that I had with Queen Ifrica.
It's my pleasure to have this conversation.
Yes, my friend. So talk to me a little bit about what takes you to the UK at this time.
I am one of the artists scheduled to perform at City Splash on Monday.
Whoa, and this splash is in London?
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome.
It's very humbling, London is a funny place for artists because you have to bring it when you come here. The audience don't play around. So I always am prepared when I turn up here to do any kind of performance. And City Splash is a very big stage, so it's a very big expectation as well. And I'm sharing the stage as well with great icons of the industry. So yeah, it's an exciting moment.
And speaking of, you know, icons of music, you are one of those for us for reggae. I don't know
Thank you.
if many people understand how and when you got involved in the performance business. So can you give them a little
Yes.
background on Queen Ifrica?
So I started out as a young teenager in the early 90s. I was entering competitions, but not necessarily taking music seriously. I won a competition in Montague and was given the opportunity to perform at Reggae Songfest on that same year. And ever since, I've been moving up the scale of great big stage performances. When I met Tony Rebel at a show for Garden State, though, is when my career really, pivoted into this great legacy that I have now as Queen Iversa. So you could say that I'm an early 2000 artist. That's when most of my songs started coming to the mainstream, Below the Waist, Daddy, Lioness, those kind of songs.
And we appreciate your music because of the lyrics, the content, the messages, and so on. What gives you the
Yes.
inspiration to put these songs together?
Some of it is my own reality, and some of it is mimicking the situations I see surrounding me in terms of my community and country by extension. So music as artists, you could say mimic our realities and put it in an art form and present it, and so a lot of people can resonate with it because it reflects a lot of the things that people experience for themselves as well.
And you know what? I'm gonna put you on the spot and say for
Yeah,
your five most favorite songs. Um, talk to me
from
about which
from
one
me.
of for you. Which one of the five would you say resonates for you from your own personal experience as opposed to what you see going on in the world and the country and so on?
Below the Waves is a personal experience. Daddy is a personal experience. Um, which other three I could draw for as personal experience? Um, I love a song I did called Beautiful Day. It's not popular, but it's a song I written about Jamaica. At the time I was writing it, Jamaica was in a much better place than it is now, So yeah, Beautiful Day is one of those songs. Um, if I could pick two more, Keep It to Yourself is also another close one to me because of what the message was. And when the time that song was written, our school curriculum was coming under attack from agendas and stuff. So that was a very personal moment as well. And of course, Lioness, I didn't write Lioness, but I resonate a lot with the message of Lioness.
Okay, so let's talk about the first two that you mentioned, below the waist and
Mm-hmm.
daddy. Talk to me about
Yes.
where that comes from for Queen Africa.
I was with Tony for 20 something years, and that was a long relationship in itself, children involved, all kind of stuff. There was a lot happening there. And so it was just the reality of what women experience, men as well, but from my perspective, women in relationships and how you maneuver, making up, fighting, quarreling, and making up, it's just the play, the background, or the soundtrack to a lot of us Caribbean women
Mm-hmm.
lives. And I think that's why that song became so popular as well because a lot of people could, relate to what the message was saying. So yeah, that was just me and the Dre having an argument and I decided to put it in the song.
Mm-hmm. And daddy.
That day I was raped by my father and so that's how I was coping at the moment. I was becoming very popular and it was a lot to deal with. And so I decided I was approached by a producer to do a song via Tony Rebel. And that was the song I chose to do because that was the exact reason because I wasn't in the place at the time to say it either, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So now I am free, I
Mm-hmm.
am whole, I have reclaimed who I am, and so I can say that yeah, that was the motivation for that song.
And you know what? It's just a beautiful thing when you say you can reclaim who you are. It you
Yes,
know that resonates with so many of us as women because so many of
yes,
us have gone through what you've gone through, but we hide it under
yes,
the rug, or we've been
yeah.
denied the honesty of saying this really happened to us. You know all of that. But anyway, you know what?
It's a re-victimization.
Yes, let me move on to a better place. And can I say, Queen Ifrica, what are you feeling? Where you are right now? You've ended a relationship, you've moved on through being abused.
Yes,
Where are you right now?
as light as a feather. I am so clear. I am so. I would love to share this feeling with anyone out there who think that they can't overcome any struggles in their life, no matter how dark, no matter how ugly it is. Once you decide to choose the God inside you and to choose your role that you were born to be and to do in life, it's an amazing feeling. It's such an amazing feeling to experience. And I wanted to be one of those women that got the opportunity to experience that level of clarity after such great atrocities, you know? So it's a wonderful time in my life right now.
Are you seeing anyone?
I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. No, I'm single at the moment.
What are you looking for in the next person that you're going to be with?
The next person I'm gonna be with, it has to be as feathery as I am, as light as I am, you know. I want to experience all the things I never got to experience from as a teenager to until now. You know, a lot of us as women, because the things we go through, we never
Yeah,
get to
Carmen and Sam coming in.
naturally move through the phases of life of
So
dating
we can't
properly,
stay. We
having
can't
someone
start
that
that.
really loves you, want to be there for you.
You didn't get
And
Kelly?
now I can love in that way
All
now
right,
because
cool.
I
All
am
right.
clear. I don't have baggage problems. I don't have to worry about being miserable about something I'm not comfortable with. I can just be me in any situation. So any man that gets a girl like me right now, or a woman like myself right now, gets a real woman, isn't it?
I'm just saying to you, thank you, Queen Ifrica. And you mentioned at the start of our conversation that the evolution
Yeah.
of your career internationally, where you came to the stage, was Reggae
Yeah.
Sunfest. And I was so excited yesterday because I was a part of the Reggae Sunfest launch here in South
Oh,
Florida.
cool.
And I hear that you're going to be on the show this year.
Yes.
Girl, I am so excited about that. Um,
Yes, thank you.
it's a show that's themed Gully versus Gaza. So I just try to
Right?
figure out from you, how did you get to be a part of that action
Line
for
up.
what? Yeah,
Well, you know, Joe Bogdanovich loved Queen Africa very much. You know, I think, let me not say that. Let me leave that alone. But he called me to say he wanted me to be a part of Sumfest this year, and it's fitting for me to be a part of Sumfest this year, you know, because I was in the middle of the Gully and Gaza war
are
when
you
it just
serious?
started in Jamaica.
I did
Yeah,
not know
we
that.
even
Tell
went
me about it. Tell me about it.
so when it started, it was fun and everything, and then all the people involved in terms of who were the fans of Movado and the fans of Cartel, they began to feud, and it began to spread across the Caribbean as well. So we had to do a school tour across the Caribbean to say badness out of style to tell the people that it was lyrical what was happening between the brothers. And then in Jamaica, we had to go to the House of Representatives. We had to went to Parliament for a meeting. Yeah, that is on record. They should pull that up because that's on record. All the industry was invited to go to Jamaica House in a quest to stem the violence that was happening in schools with youths who were feuding who was Gaza and who was Gully. And yeah, that's how it came to somewhat of a settlement where people wasn't so emotional in
Mm.
sharing, you know, who if they were Gaza or if they were Gully, you it was tempered a little. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so
So it's a good reunion.
I can't wait for it because I'm going to be there in Plantation Cove to see that show
Sure.
just take off. Okay, so one of my
Yes,
favorite
yes.
questions, Queen Ifrica, when I have special guests on my program is you are hosting a dinner party and you can have any five guests, living or dead, throughout the course of history at that dinner party. Who
Hmm.
are you inviting?
Okay, I'm gonna be. I love politics, and I see some things happening in the world, and that I would like to lend a voice to. And a dinner party would be a great place, because when people eating and having fun, they tend to speak their truth. So because I'm from Jamaica and we have our own issues, I would invite my Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness. I would invite Donald Trump. I would invite Mr. Putin. I would invite Netanyahu from Israel, and I would invite Mr. China.
Ah, the Xi.
I would love to have a, yes, I would love to have a conversation with those five men around a dinner table,
All
just
right.
to getting them head outside of the bureaucracy.
Okay, now. So, what are you going to be serving all these five diverse gentlemen at your dinner table, Queen Ifrica?
Them they have to eat vegan food because they're so full of corruption right now. They have to eat. They be served strict vegan food. They will not even seafood they won't be allowed to eat on that day. They'd have to go through. It would be a dinner party of cleansing of the mind, spirit, and body.
Mhm.
And
Wonderful,
then when
wonderful.
they leave that dinner party and go back to their separate places, their people would be better off for it, because then I would have injected so much beautiful, beautiful ideas into their very small brains, if you ask me.
That's what I'm talking about. So, we're talking in 2026 about where you are, how much you've evolved. You're in a light and free place. You're like a butterfly. Where do you see yourself
Yeah.
5 years from now?
5 years from now, I want to be healthy. I'm 51 years of age as we speak right now, and I feel like 15. So 5 years from now, I'd love to be in good health. I'd love to be in a very healthy relationship as well, because I love love. I'm just doing music, touring the world, doing what I love, doing more charities as well. We also do charities here and there, so I'd love to increase on that as well.
Okay, so my latest song that I just got from you, my good friend Ronnie sent it to me. Mom Like Me. Talk to me about that song.
So Mom Like Me, I wrote it when I was just breaking up out of my relationship. It was my first time not having my children around me, like on a daily basis, getting them from school, making them dinner, the kind of stuff. So to leave the household with that kind of energy was very, sad moment for me. But however, I didn't want to necessarily write about my sorrows. I wanted to paint a picture of the mothers as well, who might have been going through that kind of situation and not necessarily getting that kind of attention. A lot of women suffer in silence with issues pertaining to their children.
Mhm.
And so I just wanted to shed a light on the fact that we hear those mothers, we know they're out there, and we feel their pain to a great extent.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm gonna play it after we finish our conversation. But
Okay.
I just want to feel like you feel like I am special too. So Queen Africa, I'm gonna ask you,
Yeah.
can you do me a
Okay.
little favor, just do me a little acapella fun. Whatever comes to mind and you're on my show and you wanna do it for me right now, it would make my afternoon.
Okay. I mean, you're a lioness, so I'm gonna say, I will give you a little piece of lioness. When the road is hollow, but standing hollow, to face the darkest and the hardest of times. She's taking care of all the interviews thereof. If it's required, she'll be on your radio. You can call her by her name, hot ready to roll. Yeah.
Oh, my sister, thank you so much. You just made my day. I'm in goosebumps
I
from head
appreciate
to
that.
toe. I can't wait to see
Thank
you
you.
at Plantation Food for the
Definitely.
rest of
Yes,
Christmas. And I just wish you
definitely.
a wonderful, wonderful rest of
I'm just doing. I'll be back over here later on, but for this, I'm just here for City Splash for this.
All right, my sister, you have a wonderful time. I just
Thank
so
you so
much
much. You
love
too.
and admire you. I thank you for your honesty. I thank you for your contribution to music. I thank you for your
Thank you.
contribution to making people feel like they're seen and heard. And I look forward to the next time that we meet together. Queen Ifrica, thank you, thank you,
Definitely.
thank you.
Blessings.
All right. That was my conversation with Queen Ifrica last week, and I thought, why not share it with you today? Because it really made my day, my afternoon. She's now in such a wonderful, beautiful space after coming out of the dark and just negativity and whatever. She's reclaimed herself and her space and her music. So here we go with her latest one called Mom Like Me. Queen Ifrica on the Pat Montague Show. Here we saying hi to Luca, Rose Gold, Mark Francois 607, Maria Malloy, Rhonda. Welcome to our show. Good afternoon to Richard Harobi, Scott Mann, Faye Forbes. Thanks for joining the Pat Montague Show. We give you music, we give you information, and I'll just let you know that moving forward, we like having conversations. So we're going to be having more conversations with more of the movers and shakers across the reggae music fraternity. So you can stay tuned to this station for more on that. We're also going to be restarting our Strictly Vinyl program. We have thousands and thousands of vinyl records. It's our favorite medium of sharing music with you. We've been, as we navigate the new technologies, trying to work it out where we can get our vinyl on. So that's going to be coming back soon. Lots of giveaways also. Jacqueline Hearn, Mom Like Me, Queen Ifrica, brand new music. She's going to be on Reggae Sumfest 2026. A taste of Reggae Sumfest. It's called Gully versus Gaza. What an interesting concept that they're putting together. One day only, Plantation Cove in Jamaica, in the Ocho Rios area. And we'll have some conversations that we're going to share with you also with Mr. Joe Bogdanovich, who heads the Reggae Sumfest team, and from some of the other major people who are involved, like my good friend Diallo, who is Mr. Sumfest Energy. So we'll be checking in with him periodically to find out all that's going on with Reggae Sumfest. In the meantime and in between time, we are going to take a short break to hear from a couple of the people who who help us to hang out with you here on this radio station. And then when we come back, we will have another conversation about a big event coming up for Caribbean American Heritage Month in the city of Tamarac, courtesy of their vice mayor.
Direct shipping or commercial cargo to Jamaica just got so much easier with JP Logistics Solutions. They deliver straight to the port in Kingston from South Florida, fast, easy, and reliable. Take advantage of your special $60 barrel rate to Kingston, Jamaica with guaranteed weekly savings. Enjoy door-to-door delivery in Jamaica at flat collection rate from most of Florida locations and full clearance in Kingston. No hassle, no stress. You can even schedule your pickup time. Just two-way transit. Call 305-885-0558. That's 305-885-0558 or email sales at jplsusa.com. That's JP Logistics Solutions, making shipping and logistics simple.
South Florida, get ready for the culture, the energy, and the experience of the summer. It's Yard on the Lawn Music Festival 2026, curated by Vice Mayor Marlon Bolton and proudly presented by the City of Tamarac on Saturday, June 6th at the Tamarac Sports Complex, featuring Ray and Icon,
Yes, Massive and Cruise, I, Butcher Banton, alongside the Vice Mayor, Marlon Bolton, inviting one and all to the annual Yard on the Lawn Festival.
Also performing international sensations, Pharrell Johnson, DJ Dre from Nocturnal Sound, and hosted by the one and only Miss Kitty. Doors open 4 p.m. Showtime starts at 6 p.m. sharp. Tickets available exclusively at Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant locations. Visit tamarac.gov/yard on the lawn or call 954-597-3696.
Saturday, June the 6th, come on out, one and all.
So this conversation is not about trying to convince you to buy tickets to go to the show because I do believe at this moment it's actually sold out. What I wanted to share with you is a conversation that I had with Vice Mayor Bolton about the logistics of the show so that if you have a ticket and you're going, you need to know how to navigate yourself through the whole process. All right?
As we get ready for him at the Yard on the Lawn Festival in the city of Tamarac, I have my Vice Commissioner, Commissioner Marlon Bolton, with me to check in to give us the latest on what's happening with Yard on the Lawn. Good afternoon, Vice Mayor. How are you doing?
I am good, my vibes partner. You know, I love that vibes commitment partner, right? And you're the vibes partner.
Okay, that sounds good to me. So, what's the latest on our show, Yard on the Lawn?
Oh, I'm telling you, Pat, like, my phone has not rang so much in a long while. I feel important.
Well, let
I'm
me
telling
tell
you.
you, Vice Commissioner, that
Yeah.
I feel important too because apparently we've been having so much fun with this event that they thought it was also my show. So my phone has not stopped ringing with people wanting tickets. Where can they get tickets? I'm like, they didn't get them yet. I'm not so sure what's going on with it. When I talk to the Vice Commissioner, I will find out.
Yes, Pat, I'm telling you, like, our show is your show, and listen, your show has been a staple of just, one that promotes the show in a really positive way, and we are thankful for that. I'm telling you, tickets are flying off the shelves at the spot, Jamaican restaurant. They told us that they are 70% sold out, which means probably over this weekend or so, the tickets will be totally gone.
And those
And
are the
once
only
they are
tickets
gone,
up
they're
there.
gone.
And
Yeah.
those are the only tickets that are available anyway, the ones that are at Dutch.
Yes, so let me backtrack, right? We launched the tickets online on April 30th. In less than 1 hour, all of the general admission tickets were gone. In less than 2 hours, all of the VIP tickets were gone. And in those same 2 hours, about 50% of the VVIP tickets were gone. Now we only have about 17 VVIP tickets left. And Dutchpot has sold 70% of your ticket stock, which means that over the weekend, the show will be completely 100% sold out. And we have designed this show in such a way where Buju Banton is only going to be performing in Florida at Yard and the Lawn, our event. He's not doing a tour date in Florida. He's going all over the world, all over the US, and doing his show with Stephen Marley. And only in Florida, in Tamarac, Florida, will he perform at Yard and the Lawn. So this is the only opportunity to see Buju Banton in a very long time. So if those of you who are listening and you have not gotten your ticket yet, you need to run over to Dutch Pot Jamaican restaurant and get your tickets. Let me preface this by saying there are no free general admission tickets left. It's all done. It's completely done. And the difference between the tickets at Dutch Pot and the tickets that were previously provided is that the general admission tickets are standing room only. You cannot bring a lawn chair, you cannot bring a cooler, you cannot bring big bags. You have to come with you, yourself, and I. The tickets at Dutch Park Caribbean Restaurant are for $25, and that ticket you sit close to VIP. You have a chair that is provided for you, and your view is spectacular. So you want to get those tickets. Those tickets are like gold. Get those tickets today, right? And if you run out of those tickets, then you might want to go on caribtix.com. That's Carib Tix, caribtix.com, and download a Skybox ticket. The Skybox tickets are $600 and they include food and drinks, and you're in a luxurious area with cocktail tables, and you're just enjoying yourself with butler taking your order for food, and you have high security in that area. You enter the experience, the show, from another line. You don't have to wait in line with 7,000 other people. And there's also a dedicated line for the tickets at Dutch Part as well. So you don't go through the general admission line, you go through the premium line.
And just
And a
remind,
lot of
remind
people,
the commissioner about, because she tried to do when, like the city has an event and so on. They just show up on location and think that they'll get in. So just give them the warning, the explanation about how the entire process to get into the show will be this time around.
absolutely. So all the other events that we did at the Tamarac Sports Complex was pretty much you get to walk in. You can even either go underneath a berm and then walk into the venue. You don't have to go to the front. Well, this particular event, the entire Tamarac Sports Complex will be fenced in. So you cannot get into the venue without just walking in, right? You have to go to the main location entrance, and there they will ask you for a ticket if you are walking. If you took an Uber, there will be an Uber zone that drops you off at a particular Uber zone. So we have a communication with Uber and Lyft where they drop a pin, so all pickups and drop offs go to one location at near to the festival grounds. And then for those people who have a general admission ticket, you cannot drive directly to the venue. You have to drive to the Faith Center and take our luxurious bus over to the Tamarac Sports Complex. And if you have a VIP ticket, then you park at Tamarac City Hall, which is 3 minutes away from the venue, with the bus as well, and they'll drive you into the venue. Just want to make sure that everybody knows that with all ticket levels, you can't bring a gun, you can't bring a weapon, you can't bring a machete.
No chopping bush at the Tamarac Sports Complex next year, right?
You can't come on and say never chop off Bush Banton here because you don't have to try to be Rasta.
I know you did not go there. My commissioner.
People don't dislike me now. But listen, but that is so true because we realize that Florida is now an open carry state and people want to bring their weapons let them know in a nice little jokeified way, but we're also serious that no guns are weapons.
Not in
You
our
cannot bring it to the front. Not this one. This is a closed, ticketed event. I want everybody to be safe, so there'll be no weapons. We are checking that before you even go on the bus.
mm-hmm.
So there will be security at the bus pickups, and there'll be security in high gear at the Blood and Law Music Festival. As a matter of fact, we'll have over 50 BSO personnel there and another 100 private security. So this is one of those events where it is no longer an inaugural festival where we're learning.
Mm-hmm.
It is a second stage of the festival where we want everybody to be in a luxurious area. So we have repositioned where the food trucks are. We have a food court. So the food court will be separate from the festival ground. So many different things. The stage will be bigger. There'll be lots more big screens, surround sound for the whole festival. So you'll be round the back and can hear what's going on in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't see what's going on stage, you have 4 or 5 different big screens to choose from. There'll be liquor galore, food galore, just everything is going to be amazing. And we just want it to be one of those Caribbean festivals that people come and they're proud of, and they'll be like, you know what? Marlon really out to himself.
Ah,
What the people say of him being extra is really true. And extra, extra.
yes, yes, you are, but it's a good thing. I love that about you,
And,
Master.
and look out. Let me tell you something, look out for the people, Patman, look out for the people. And
Certainly.
because I want Caribbean excellence to be on display.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So that's why we're doing this. And so just go get your tickets today at Dutch Park, please and pretty please. They're running out, and I don't want people to say, "Oh, didn't get any tickets, and last minute you're trying to get." It's not gonna work. Just go get your tickets now, and let us have a wonderful time on June 6th, starting at 6 p.m. Doors open at 4 p.m. Don't come late, come on time. Between 4 and 6, we'll have pre-show activities, food trucks and music on stage and live DJs. And, we'll also have soca music, that song that Pat was saying. I can't contain myself. I'm telling you, I can't contain myself. It's
We
gonna
are
be
going to have an amazing, amazing yard on the lawn this year. Commissioner Marlon Bolton, my Vibes Commissioner, thank you so much for checking in with us today, giving us the latest update, and we will see you next week at Yard on the Lawn.
That's what I'm talking about. Yard on the Lawn coming up on June 6th. I don't know if you're wanting to go and you haven't gotten tickets, it don't look so possible anymore, but you can check the Dutch spot locations and just see if they have any more left. Hey, what a great afternoon we've had here on today's program. Want to say happy birthday going out to Squeeze, DJ Squeeze of Peacemaker Disco. Happy birthday, Mr. Leonard Samuels. Also, want to say happy birthday going out to one of my cousins in law, Zelda Malcolm, and to the hottest 74-year-old woman on the planet, Yvette Jackson. And you know how you put gas in your car? That engine was patented by Stuart Perry on today's date. Let's take ourselves to 1935. Jesse Owens tied the world record for the 100-yard dash. He ran it in 9.4 seconds. Also broke 3 other world track records in 45 minutes at a Big Ten meet at Ferryfield in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Event remembered as the greatest 45 minutes ever in sports. A Whiter Shade of Pale, one of the most enduring songs of all time, entered the charts in the UK for the first time today, becoming a number one hit later on. The most played song in the last 75 years in public places in the United Kingdom. We said goodbye to a reggae icon on today's date, Mr. Desmond Dekker, who died of a heart attack in his home at 4 a.m. on Thursday in the United Kingdom on today's date in 2006. He was 64. And that's how we will leave you today with Mr. Desmond Decker and his classic hit, Israelites, taking us home here on the Pat Montague Show today. Hasta la bye bye, my friends. Thank you all for checking in with us today. Going to sign off now. We'll be back tomorrow.